Hey, live from New York City. I should say actually Long Island. This is episode number 28 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching. Appreciate your time today. Today we're going to talk about something called managing expectation. Just bear with me. I'm on the highway here, so I should say I'm actually on the expressway here, and I'm just kind of weeding my way through. Managing expectations. A few weeks ago, I was at a chain restaurant. Happened to be at Cracker Barrel. I love Cracker Barrel. That's a country boy in me that I love the food there. It is what I eat. One of the things I love to eat on my cheat day. I only get it about maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times tops. But when I go there, I enjoy it. I like my sunrise sampler, and the food is awesome. But again, it's not something I can eat every day, or I'd be in much different shape, unfortunately. So when I went into Cracker Barrel, one of the things I noticed was on a Sunday. This is not this past, previous Sunday. And I go in there, and obviously it's packed like it is at every Cracker Barrel location on a Sunday. And bear with me, I'll just do this. And you walk in the door, and there's now a girl at the very front, and she is talking. She's taking your order with an iPad and set time. So you're not even getting to the main counter where you usually walk into and they take your order. You got somebody as soon as you walk in the door, so you know it's busy. But it's a really good system. It really works well. That person looks at it, looks at their change out rate, looks at what's going on, and says, hey, we can get you guys in there in about an hour, or half hour, or 15 minutes, or 2 hours, whatever that happens to be. So they then now give you a call over the speakerphone. They don't do the little, virtual remote things that a lot of restaurants do. They call your name and say party of whatever. You go up there and you get in the door, and you come in, you sit down, and waitress comes over to you about 5-10 minutes later. Usually your menu's already on the table, so you've already got them, and she decides that takes your order, your drink order, whatever the case is. Immediately when she takes the drink order, you are ready to put an order in, and there's a reason for that. Especially if you're a regular person that goes to Cracker Barrel and is used to this, used to what you want to order. We're pretty much creatures of habit, so we order what we want to order. Pretty much the same thing as much as possible. And you want to put your order in. And the reason you want to put your order in is because you're too afraid if the waitress walks away and she gets held up by somebody else that it will be a major problem, and she won't come back for another 20 minutes, and you're going to basically starve to death in Cracker Barrel terms. That this will be the only way that you're going to actually get your food in a decent amount of time. The point of this is they manage your expectations from the time you walk in the door. You know the parking lot's full. You have to assume when you walk in you've got a retail shop that's full. You got a girl at the front desk, and she's taking an order, so you know that they're way busy because you're not even getting to the main order section. They call your name, sit you down at a table, and are ready to take your drink orders. Your menu's already on the table, and you go, damn, I got to get this order, and I'm going to be here all day trying to order food. They manage your expectations. You know if you don't put that order in there, you're probably going to be in trouble, and you're going to be 20 minutes longer than you want to be to get your food, or leave if you've got to be somewhere else. You got to go to church, you got to do whatever on a Sunday, whatever your daily routine is. You got to get it taken care of. So I guess really the point of that it is that they, among other companies out there, manage your expectations. When you deal with Nordstrom's, you've got very good customer service that's very attentive to detail. You go to a top-end steakhouse in New York City, you're paying for the experience, the detail. The experience is we're gonna give you everything we possibly can. We're gonna give you the best customer service experience you've ever seen, bar none, because that's what you're paying for. They're managing your expectations. When you go to Cracker Barrel, you're not exactly getting a very expensive top-end meal. You're getting a very good one, in my opinion, but you're not. They're managing your expectations because they are appealing to the masses, and they're so busy, and everybody wants the same thing you're there for. They are managing your expectations by saying you have to wait and be ready to order when you do, because we've got to turn this table around this fast. And most chain restaurants, Olive Garden, Red Lobster, same thing. They manage your expectations to get you in, get you ready to go, because God forbid if you don't put that order in as quick as possible and she has to come back twice because you're yapping at the table, we all do it, that you're never ever going to see your food. So my point of all this is when you're dealing with your customers, clients, your boss, your salesperson, you're out there selling to whoever it is, you have to manage the expectations. One of the things that I like to manage expectations with is if I tell you I'm going to be at some place at a certain time, I'm going to be there. If I'm going to be 10 minutes late, I'm going to call you to say I'm going to be 10 minutes late. The expectations are managed. The same person, like we talked about yesterday, that when I'm dealing with my speaking business and my coaching business and consulting businesses, I can't pick up the phone immediately. There's just no way around that. I'm probably not going to get back to you till later in the day or the next day because I could be in a variety of places. Namely, I could be doing consulting or coaching work with people. So I'm managing their expectations that I cannot get to them quickly. However, if our time is scheduled, it's scheduled. Well, the same thing is when it comes to restaurants and other businesses. When you can go into, and what I ask you to do is observe. If you go into a department store, you go into a chain, you go into a small restaurant, see how they treat you. See how they manage the customer's expectations. You'll be very, very surprised. It's been said years ago, Southwest was a big one, very popular. Well, Southwest is not notorious for having being the most convenient to a customer, but they get you there on time every single time without exception. They meet their customers' expectations. If you're on other airlines like Spirit, you may or may not get there that day. Things get bumped all the time because it's an economy-based airline versus a more expensive airline, and even the best seats in the house don't mean anything on Spirit because you're at the bottom of the airlines when it comes to what they can provide for you. So they manage your expectations. When you fly on that particular airline, you're going to have a certain experience. Now, I've flown Spirit numerous times, and I always liked them. I didn't have a problem, but I've heard the stories. You hear stories about other airlines out there and what they're able to do and how they're able to handle something, some good, some bad. Some really bad, unfortunately, but they manage the customers' expectations, and that's key. When you're out there dealing with people, find out what the expectations are. Every single person is different. If I have a client that is not in a rush, not in a thing, I know that the expectation is not that I have to be there. Now, I'm still going to be there because that's just me, and if I told you something, I make damn sure it's going to happen. However, that customer may not expect that. So everybody is treated a little bit differently. You have to have a certain range of things that you want to do, some things like that are consistent, so you're not so far off the range on dealing with certain people versus other people that you almost get confused between how to treat a person. So you do have to have a bar base on what you need to have. But that as well being said, you have to know what each customer, client, potential employee, whatever the case is, how to deal with that person, how to effectively manage the relationship with that person, how to manage the expectations that are put out there from that person. So my big thing is today is when you're out there at a retail shop or a restaurant or a small shop, look at what they're doing to treat the customer. Are they going above and beyond? Are they saying hi, have a nice day? Are they getting your order quickly? Do you go to like a Wawa where if the line's too long, they bring in other people, they buzz the buzzer, I guess, for lack of better words, and say, hey, I need help at the cash register. There's too many people. I need to open another line. That's one of their policies, and they put it in place because other convenience store chains are very quick about adding other people to the register no matter where they are in the store, so the customer's not inconvenienced by sitting there waiting in a big long line. They manage your expectations. Two top-end companies to me. I love 7-Eleven. I like Wawa, and I think they do very good when it comes to managing the customer experience, both of them. When it comes to it, that's just been my experience. I never worked for either company, but I have, obviously, I should have stock in both because I'm there so often. So look at the experience. If you're in a convenience store, like I said, restaurant, shop, department store, whatever the case is, and learn from that. Learn from how you see they interact with their customers and see what kind of value build you can bring to your business, to your life, to your employment situation, to your business, to every aspect of your life. See what works and bring those things, integrate those things from other industries and other companies into your own. Don't think for 1 second that you cannot bring it into your company. You usually can. So that's our 10-minute kick-ass coaching today, as I want you to observe the customer experience and observe how people are being treated and the expectations that are being given from that particular company, service, whatever the case it may be. So I hope you have a wonderful day. It's getting a little warmer here. I believe it's a high of 36 today. So feel free to comment and add stuff to this, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you may have at the earliest I possibly can. All right, have an awesome day. Again, episode number 20 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching from the road today. Again, thank you. Bye.